They were hitting on her, you know, couldn't be there to, to do nothing. And I know they took over there, man. It wasn't nothing but premeditated, envious and jealous of her. You know, they back over here walking around. Janine called, give me an ace of Mr. Robinson. We sorry. The parents ain't even try to track me down. And he say, Mr. Robinson, we sorry about your daughter. They still got their daughters and sons. They out here walking around doing video.
Hey, how y'all doing? What's going on? DJ, stop the beat. I want to bring you guys this video that I was seeing. It's a Shanquella father. And he said something that struck a nerve in me. He said he is thankful that he had money set aside to have that second autopsy and to have his daughter brought back to United States. And it got me to thinking, what if he didn't have the money? What if he did not have the money? We will have never known the truth. And I wonder, was Kalia, Dejanay, Winter, was they all banking on that, knowing that Shanquella family, they don't got money like that? What, five, six, $7,000? Who got money on the side like that? Okay? And shoot, the family was just trusting their word that Kalia was the best friend, saying she done passed away of alcohol poisoning. Mom ain't know what alcohol poisoning was. So they were just going to take the word for it, even though they kind of felt unsure about it. But hell, what could they do? They wasn't over there, you know? Oh my goodness. And it just got me to thinking, oh my goodness, if he didn't have that money, I mean, it wasn't like Mexico was going to further investigate. Mexico didn't care. They were just going to wrap her up and put her in a box. The Mexico doctors didn't care. They said it was alcohol poisoning too. Yeah. And we know these friends, they ain't carry too either. Shit, they the one did it. They was gonna all show up at the funeral boohooing and stuff. Yeah, girl. Girl got me to thinking. And I want to know, what do you guys think? If Shanquella father didn't have them thousands of dollars saved up, would the story ever get this far? Press 1 if you feel like no, no, no. If he didn't have that money saved up, if that father didn't have the mindset that he had to double check and pay her, they would have never known. Press 4 if you feel like it would have been revealed, you know? But I want to play. I forgot I was supposed to play. And make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. And please email me with hot topics and gossip, y'all. Y'all is real low on the emails. And let me tell you this. When you email me, don't be surprised if I ask for your number. Because a lot of times, I want to talk to you about the story you found. I love talking to my people. I love gossiping with my people. All right? So check this out.
A Mexican lady. I didn't know how much it was, man, to bring her back over here. I didn't have a clue. But I know that father that worked so hard that I always put back for a rainy day. So, and I'm that father that always pay my tithes when I go to church. So, I look at it, God was, setting me up for this, which I didn't see it coming. Which I always tell her, I always put back for a rainy day because you never know when that day gonna come. But you don't want to ask nobody for nothing. Cause sometimes people funny about loaning you money. So, so I made sure I had it when the price was put out there, man. I was able to bring her home, man. Bring her home and always, do her funeral. Sit there and I just thought she'll be burying me, not me burying her. You know, And that lady, Miss Elizabeth, I just got to give my heart, my grateful gratitude to her, because I would have been a wreck, man, if I couldn't find her, knowing that she was in another country and I couldn't even find her. And then, when the video came out. I was at the graveyard. The video came out, NCVB sent me the video. I saw the video, and she was there naked, man. They hitting on her, and I just started crying out there at the funeral home because I was finding a place where I was gonna bury her at, so I can close the grave. And I told them, man, just send it viral, man, because people need to see this. They said it was alcohol poisoning, which I knew it wasn't no alcohol poisoning, man. And then when I got the autopsy, the lady, Miss Elizabeth, told me what the autopsy was before she even got back here, man. And went on ahead and paid the money to close her grave, man. And he sent me the video. When I saw it, I told him to go ahead and send the video viral. I said, send it viral, man, because the whole nation, the whole world need to see that it was not no alcohol poison from what they said, and which deep down in my heart, I knew it was, from the get go. So I told him to go ahead and send it, even though she was there naked. They were hitting on her, you know, couldn't be there to do nothing. And I know they took over there, man. It wasn't nothing but premeditated, envious and jealous of her. You know, they don't know. They didn't change my whole life. They didn't change my whole life, man, to the core. You know, but God, my vengeance. God fight my vengeance for me, man. So, they back over here walking around. Janine called, give me an ace of Miss Robinson. We sorry. The parents ain't even try to track me down. And he say, Mr. Robinson, we sorry about your daughter. They still got their daughters and sons. They out here walking around doing video, but that's okay, man. It's all good. But this whole world, this whole nation, God grace and how strong my faith is. Everybody gonna get justice. The clock is ticking. I'm a very patient man, very patient. My faith is in God very strong, but I'm just waiting on Him. I'm just waiting on Him. Like I told you, every day is a struggle. I cry every day, not knowing that I can't hear a voice. You know, only thing I can look at videos, pictures. Uh, it just hurt. And she would have been turning 20. She would have been turning 26 next month. Yeah, January the 9th. She would have been turning 26. Man.
Thank you so much for taking the time with us. I know you've been through so much, and I can't. My condolences to you. I'm praying for you and your family, and we want to tell the story. We're doing this because we want to tell our story. We want to help you get justice. So, just thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Appreciate all the prayers around this nation, around this world. Because that's how I'm standing in my faith with God. That's how I'm standing. His strength and y'all prayers, your loving and y'all caringness, and want justice for Shanquella Robinson.
Well,
Man. That's how I'm standing.
Well, let's talk about Shanquella. The world knows her. we all know her because of that video. It was circulating. It was awful to watch. But we know there's more to her than that awful moment. Who is she to you?
Shanquella Bernardo Robinson. That was my only child, my only daughter that God blessed me with. God gave me that seed. He blessed me with her to come in this world. As a father, for to come in this world, and I was there at the hospital, even though she was a girl, trying to figure out where I can put my middle name, where I put my name on it at. So that's how the middle name came up with Bernardo, since my name is Bernard. So that I said, well then, okay. I turned a couple of those letters around and put Bernardo. And that's how
That's your baby. You had to.
To the utmost. Very hardworking man. I'm old school. I don't be on social media, like Twitter, Facebook, none of that. I'm just the type of person, I get up, thank the Lord for my health and my strength. And I go on and do an honest day, work, living, making sure she had what she had, being a very good provider for her, and the leader of the household. That's all. Make sure her foundation in church at a younger age got Christian in the church. Reading scripture, doing, Easter plays, Christmas plays. Got baptized.
So she had strong faith like you. She had strong faith like you.
Oh yeah, to the utmost. She wasn't. We wouldn't. I'm not perfect, and she wasn't perfect. We weren't born with no silver spoon in our mouth. I come from a father and a mother that was in the household. We had structure, we had discipline, we had chores. We just couldn't do what we want to do and just come in the house anytime we want to come in at the age when we got to 16, 15 or 16, like some of these teenagers doing now. They come in the house when they want to. Nah, my mom and dad didn't play that,
And you raised Shanquella with that structure too.
You couldn't get in. You're not getting in. You're not coming to their door at 12, 11 o'clock, knocking on the door, talking about let you in. No, you're going to stay wherever you at.
Yes, I know that kind of household well.
Taking her to nursery, picking her up from nursery, taking her to elementary school, dropping her off, picking her up, going to eat lunch with her, bringing all the kids in her classroom cupcakes and ice cream. Her smart, her intelligent, making sure that she read 30 minutes a day. Like I say, I'm not bragging on my daughter, but as a father, that's how I was raised. So I put them same qualities as a parent raising that child up right, giving her that foundation, that knowledge, that baton of knowing that she can be somebody, but be somebody in her own way, be successful in her own way, being on the A and B honor roll, putting in Chi America at a young age, paying for these things, teaching her the value of a dollar, not to look down on nobody, loving and caring. Yes, ma'am. No, sir. Respect your elders. You can help anybody kind of way you help them. You don't look down on nobody. Don't be a materialistic person. She had what she had, but at the same time, you better have them grades behind for you to have these things. You can't make these grades and keep these grades up, you're not going to get these things. And then I always tell her, you go to school is just like a job. You go to school to make good grades, because one day you ain't going to be going to school no more. So sooner or later, when you get out, you'll be able to, do what you need to do to get a good, decent job where you can, provide on your own. You don't need a man to provide on, take care of you. Because as long as your dad is living, your dad going to be right there. I'm going to be right there for you, I'm going to tell you when
That's
you're
a
wrong,
beautiful, that's a
right.
beautiful thing, sir. I mean, you must have been so proud of her.
Yeah, I was very proud of her, sir. Like I say, I went through some obstacle course, making sure she stayed on track, going to the teacher conference and, making sure she got her projects in, making sure she got her homework in when they weren't turned in, when they weren't turned in when they supposed to be turned in. Now, we're not doing this right here. You go to school to learn. You don't go to school to be fashion and all that. It's good and nice that you dress in this kind of way, but still at the same time, you're gonna have action behind your words. You know, my philosophy, I always say what you mean and mean what you say. You know, I'm
Wow.
just, I'm just real. I'm a people person. You know, making sure John C. Smith. I just drove like I was telling the other lady. You know, I drove for John C. Smith part time, making sure drove for the cheerleader, transporting the teams around. You know, and I drove for Miss Peggy Lau. She was the cheerleader coach. And I treat all her girls like they were mine. I made sure the mother and their mothers and fathers know they can sleep good at night while their daughter is up on that campus and we traveling, going back and forth, that their daughter's gonna be safe, coming back and forth from, playing different
Yeah.
teams,
Yeah.
And Shanquella used to come up to the school and all the cheerleaders, different classes, would take her to their dorms and say, Dad, one day I want to go to college. I said, you will? I said, Dad, got you. You gonna be going? I said, you just keep the grades up. And she kept them up. She got into Winston-Salem, did her thing, got a decent job, good jobs, not an airline, and she started doing hair. And she got good at it. And I told her, I said, well, Dad, I can't do both. I said, well, you make a good self a living or doing hair. I said, go for it. But I said, you be successful in your own way. You be a leader. I always taught her to be a leader, not a follower, you know.
Yeah.
You
Sounds like you
know.
raised her so well, and I can hear the pain in your voice from everything
So
you've
it's a
been going
lot.
through. I mean,
I
it's
mean,
unimaginable. Where were you when you first heard the tragic news that she had died?
right here at home. Right here, I was sitting in the living room looking at TV. I just came off the road. I'm a local truck driver, I drive at night. And she always would call and say, Dad, you okay? I said, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. And, it was on a Wednesday. She said, Dad, you sleep. She came in the house to get something because, she got her own apartment, doing her own thing. She said, Dad, you sleep? I said, yeah, because I got to go down the road in a little bit. She said, call me. And I called her, and she didn't answer. So I said, okay, then. She must be busy doing her braid hair or something. So I guess I'll talk to her later on. And then when that Saturday came, that's when I got the phone call, saying she had passed away down in Mexico, Cabo. So I broke
And at
down,
the
started crying,
mm,
and Mom told me, it was alcohol poisoning. I said, nah, I'm not going for that. I ain't going for the alcohol poisoning. I said, God,
you didn't believe it. Why when they said alcohol poisoning? Why did you not believe it?
that's not her. That's not her. That's not her, sir. I mean, that's not her. She might drink a little bit or whatever, how kids do, still trying to find they feeling their way because they're young. She might drink a little bit, but alcohol poisoning, sir, nah, that wasn't her. Nah, I just know that, nah, that ain't her style.
Wow.
She ain't gonna just sit around and just drink herself like that, sir. No. Mm-mm. It's not
So,
her.
but you were told that by the people she was on the trip with, right?
Right, which I don't even know them. Never
I was
met
going
her.
to ask you.
Never met her. I'm
You
saying,
didn't know.
nah.
Did she talk about them? And did you have any connection to any of these people that she was on the
Nah.
trip with?
No connection whatsoever. I don't think I knew that she went to college with them. She went to college with them. They ain't never met them at all. All this was new to me. The names stopped popping up. Who was this and that. I ain't know none of them.
Mm,
Only thing I knew, she passed, and that following Monday, sitting over at my mom's house like I'm sitting right down at the table,
wow.
dialing
We,
phone numbers over to the embassy suite, trying to get through, seeing where she was over there, you know,
yeah.
sitting over there trying to find her where she was. Like I told you, co-worker.
And
Ask
after you got
God,
that,
that's God, show me where my daughter at. Show me where my daughter. I dialed the phone number over there, Googled it, dialed the phone number, and she was over at Riviera. It was a Riviera funeral home over there, and they had her body. A young lady picked the phone up, named Miss Elizabeth, Mexican lady, little younger lady, young girl. He said, Mr. Robinson, I got your daughter. She said, I'm sorry for her loss. Sorry for your loss. She said, Mr. Robinson, I have a father, and you sound like you, my daddy. Sound just like my daddy, caring and loving. She said, I'm going to stick with you until your daughter get back to you to the United States soil. And she said, this is what I want you to do. I need you to fill out the paperwork. And once you fill out the paperwork, we can get all this done. And I'll tell you how much money you need to wire over here to the funeral home to bring her back here. And that's what I did, sir.
When they gave you the next bit of information, when you saw the report that said that it wasn't alcohol poisoning, but that there was actual trauma and that there was actual an actual explanation that seemed to be from some kind of blow, you know, how did you make sense of that?
The funeral home, Brianna at Rosedale Funeral Home, and me and Miss Elizabeth, all three of us worked together. You know, she talking to Brianna at the funeral home, and Brianna talking to me, relating back to me, and us three, you know, getting everything together. You know, the paperwork, because they had to transfer that Spanish over to English. And before she even got back here, you know, I got on the phone. She called me. Elizabeth did. And I asked her, I said, Miss Elizabeth, what happened? I said, she got alcohol poisoning in her system. She said, no, Mr. Robinson. She said, they broke her neck and her spinal cord. And I told her mom that. And I just started crying, you know. I said, really? You got to be joking. She said, no, Mr. Robinson, there wasn't no alcohol in her system. Your daughter died of a broken neck and her spinal cord.
My God, what did you do then? Did you call the investigators? Did you reach out to the police? What did you do when you got that information that it was a neck and spinal cord injury and not alcohol?
No, they gave me the number. They gave me the number down there to Hagar Araris, the investigator. And he said, Mr. Robinson, what you telling me, their story is not adding up. But he said, for you to get it going, Mr. Robinson, you got to start on the United States side. And that's what I did. That's what I did.
Now, are the investigators still talking to you, or are they giving you updates? Like, where are we now?
I'm gonna leave that part alone. I ain't gonna even go. I am not even gonna go into that.
Okay. Well, can you? And I don't want you to go into the details if you don't feel comfortable for whatever reason. But can you at least let us know? Are you in conversation with the people that you want to be in conversation with? Are you getting answers from people?
I ain't gonna even go into that. I'm just gonna let them do what they gotta do.
Okay. Are you happy with what they're doing?
I'm just, like I said, I'm gonna leave exactly what they gotta do. My faith is in God. My faith is in God, man. That was my faith at from day one. I said, God, show me what happened. And he started pulling layers, man. He started pulling layers. Y'all got the story. Everybody got the story, saw the story. And then y'all saw how they did Shaquella. And y'all saw that it was wrong.
Yeah.
And God put that feeling in y'all knowing that it was wrong. And that's why everybody around this world today want justice. That's why everybody praying. Don't even know me. I don't even know them, man. And I appreciate y'all prayers. Y'all carrying this and y'all love, you know, for this father right here, because I'm hurt, man. I'm hurt. I'm hurting to the core. For them to do this right here. She had so much going for herself. You know, her life had just started beginning, you know, so proud of her. And they just took this from me. Took this, then it got back here, man, and just walking around, you know, it just mind-boggling, man. Like I say, it's a whole lot of questions ain't being answered, but God gonna bring it all out.
Yeah.
God gonna, my patience and my faith with him, sir, gonna bring it all out. You know, she gone. Only thing I can do is fight for her and stand for her like y'all doing right along with me. It's hard, man. It's hard.
I understand,
It's
sir.
hard.
I'm watching you fight. I'm watching you go through these interviews. I'm watching you pray. I'm watching you, do the work on the ground. I see you doing everything that you can to get justice for your daughter, and I'm in awe, sir. I'm so honored to be talking to